to make such a movement to support the victims of Parkland and to say that we're going to take action against gun violence on school campuses is so important. So can we get a round of applause really quickly?
It's getting closer and closer to us each day. And as it continues, we feel more and more powerless. But we're here today to say enough is enough.
I hope that we all let the pain and the sorrow be felt, and that we go forth not letting the pain harden us into anger or complacency, but rather let the pain galvanize us into action.
I thought it was really good. I thought it went well. There were a lot of people here, more than I expected actually. There were a lot of people crying, which shows that there was a lot of emotion. People were really feeling what was happening. I think that it went really well.
Yeah, I think you can't underestimate how deeply high school students feel something like this, because this is our life, you know, and when something like this happens in a community so similar to ours, it hits home. And the fact that there were probably 1,500 students in this room today just shows that, you know, we feel this. Every time this happens, we as a community are shaken, and especially as young people are shaken, because this happens every year of our childhood. This has happened, and like it reaches a point where I think people just feel like something has to change, because we don't want our own children growing up in a world like this. So yeah, it's not surprising to me that people came out in huge numbers.
These people who tell us that they will help save our lives every time a shooting happens are liars. Too long have we grown up in a country where children are killed by the dozens, and our elected officials continue to stay silent. Too long have we grown up in a country where we're not sure if our right to education is more or less important than somebody else's to own a gun. We are walking out today because we refuse to be quiet while kids like us across our country are being killed. America, you have failed us, because in your eyes, we are old enough to die at school, but too young to defend ourselves from weapons of mass destruction. We are here because our generation is reclaiming our time. If nobody will step up and save us, then we will have to do it ourselves. Thank you.
I'm Marissa Raris. I'm a senior here at Novato High, and we organized this walkout to hopefully help recognize and honor some of the victims from the Parkland shooting, and hopefully to get as many people involved as we can that might not feel comfortable if we were talking about something such as gun violence. So we really tried to just focus on remembering those who are lost and making an impact and making sure that people realize, you know, how big this really was for tons of communities all over and how it could really happen to anybody.
And you know, obviously, yourself included, there were many people in the audience that got pretty emotional and were consoling each other. Why do you think this has that effect so deeply in so many people?
I think when we planned this event, the event was actually that students were walking forward holding signs representing each victim, and we chose those students because they are those people on our campus, so they are who the victims were at Parkland High School. And I think when you start thinking about it in that way, when you start thinking like we could have lost our freshman basketball player that everyone loves, or we could have lost the younger sister who's a singer who loves school and makes everyone's day brighter, just feels really real. And I think it's easy when you've grown up in the time of the United States that we've grown up in to almost feel like, oh, another mass shooting. And our goal, I think, was when we planned this to make people realize, you know, it's not just another mass shooting, it's innocent lives that could have been our own, could have been our friend's own, stolen for no reason. And so I think when you think about it in that way, it's not surprising that people get upset.
In this family we grew up strong. We were wanted all along. I was taught to fight, taught to win. I never thought I could fail. No, but never, so it seems I am a man's dream, although deserted. I've changed my name, I've changed my face, but no one wants you when you lose.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not beaten yet. Don't give up, 'cause